Really. I'm quarantined for
Yeah.
a week just for having a stuffy nose.
No, you can have allergies, just basic
Yeah,
allergies.
I know.
And
It's awful.
you get sent to a hotel that serves you dining hall food.
Oh, that must be great.
And that was not a compliment to
No,
dining hall.
no, don't think that was good, because it's leftover D hall food. It's not
It
even
is.
well formed. That's what I've heard. That's literally anybody that's gone to the hotel just says it's leftover dining hall food.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think we need to get that
Like,
get
is
that
football
fixed.
season over pretty much?
So today we had our last outdoor practice,
Yeah,
and then we're moving into 4 days of lift a week for 3 weeks.
I don't know if my season's gonna get canceled or not yet. Like, it's kind of up in the air still for us, and we don't really know what to expect in January. If we're
yeah. I
gonna,
feel
Yeah,
like that's
no.
every sport. Like even in high school, like nobody knows what's going on with winter sports right now, and it's sad because it's coming up quick.
I know, and it's kind of tough because if my season gets like canceled and we can't go on the ice, like there's a very low chance that I'm coming back, like to live here because I'm so far away and I could save so much money, like
Yeah.
just doing online from home. Like if I'm not training or anything, like that's why I came to this school for hockey. If it's not happening, I don't know what my plan is.
I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
even know
that's tough.
what would they do like hockey and basketball, just because like for I know for like fall, like we're at least outside and we can keep a decent distance between ourselves because we're outside. But like what would like hockey, you guys have to have the ice to practice. Like what would you guys do without it?
So we just started on the 12th and we could practice in pods and we had an hour and a half total ice time. So we had to do 45 minutes each in your pods of the ice time. So
Oof.
like that sucked. And we only got that for a week and then they closed down all the rinks in New Hampshire. So we can't go on the ice right now. We got through the first week and now we're done. We just have lift like twice a day. And we can't get back on the ice till October 29th, I think. We're hoping. But then I don't know what's going to happen after that.
Are they
Lift.
making you wear like any like eye tech face shields, or are they making you just wear? Can you still say a cage?
Yeah, we still have a cage and we don't have to wear masks. Just the coaches have to wear masks.
Gotcha.
Can we just talk about how
Yeah, I
you
was wondering about that.
twice a day? I've lifted once and I'm like ready for a nap after my lift. I go to lift once, I'm like, all right, I'm done for the day. I'm
Yeah,
ready.
well, that's why I got this. Because we have two. And I'm like, I got to get through it somehow.
That's rough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a lot for sure.
We have Wednesdays off, so that's okay. But and the weekends, I guess. But the other days, like on top of school, it's really tough.
Sounds fun.
I couldn't imagine being up to lift, go to class, and then lift later in the day.
No, we lift both after school times. Like one's at 4 and the other one's at 8 at night. So I'm not done my day until like
Garrett's just mind blown right here. He doesn't know what to
No
think. He's just like, oh
way.
my gosh.
Oh my god. When do you eat? Do you eat like ever?
yeah,
In the
but it's
at
so
night?
hard because the D hall like we don't have that much time in between, but we have enough to like basically eat and leave to the next one. But after we're like so hungry and we just can get like protein shakes from the store to drink after.
Yeah, makes sense.
I
Well,
mean,
all right, guys. This was something, that's for sure. We got a lot of talking points. We kind of everybody gets to meet us a little bit. Um, but now we're gonna have some good interviews coming up soon. We'll touch on those a little later. All right, so
That was a good first step.
yeah, there we go.
Hey guys, so this is Carsen from the Open Court podcast. Today I have a special guest, my roommate, Elsa.
Hey guys, this is Elsa.
So Elsa, what sport do you play here at Plymouth?
So I'm on the volleyball team. I am a pin hitter.
Okay, what number are you?
I'm number 18.
Okay, sweet. How long have you played volleyball for?
I've been playing volleyball since my freshman year of high school. My mom
Okay.
told me, just do it. Just try out for the team. And I made it, and I've been doing it ever since.
That's good. And you loved it as soon as you tried it?
Yes.
That's good. And so playing in high school this year, obviously with like COVID and stuff, it made it really difficult and everyone's sports kind of stopped. What was it like for you when it just stopped? Like, were you devastated? Were you happy? Like, some people I know were happy that it stopped.
I was lucky enough that my volleyball season was in the fall, but I also ran track for my school. So my spring track season was completely canceled, and our boys volleyball team never got a season. So I felt really bad for all of our seniors who didn't get to have that special year.
Right. So do you remember, I guess you would have had a last senior game in high school normally. Do you remember it? Like, how was it?
Yes, it was our playoff game. We ended up losing in the first round against Natick High School, and it was 4-1. We did not play that great that game, but that season was really special for me, just being able to be a leader on my team finally and
yeah, that's good.
leave the team behind to some girls who I know are gonna do well with it this year.
That's good. Do you have any highlights from that game? Like, did you make a really good spike or something?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. So I guess my next question, do you think like there could have been a way for the boys to have a season?
I mean,
like at all?
Everything was really up in the air in the spring. No one really knew what was happening, like here or just around the world with COVID. I was really hoping that we were going to go back to school in May, but just things took a turn for the worst and we ended up not being able to go back.
What did you think coming into your freshman year of volleyball? Were you expecting to have any games? Obviously you guys were, but
yeah, well, we had a couple on the schedule, but as things just kept going, and not only with our school, but with the schools that we were going to be playing against, things just ended up not working out. Just, it needed to be safe on both sides, and it wasn't. So we unfortunately didn't get to play any games against any other schools, but we were lucky enough to scrimmage against ourselves.
Right. So my next question is, if your sport, like volleyball, continued to run in like this kind of world and it was going to be like this for your next 4 years, would you still continue to play even if you just were going to have practice and every year would be like this one?
I mean, it's really important for me to be a part of this team. It's one of my favorite things to do. I love all these girls so much. I love to play, just being able to get on the court, even if not having any real games or something like that. Just being able to get on the court, get some touches, be with my teammates. That's what's important.
Oh, me too. The team's a big aspect of it, and it sucks when you have to be in pods. I know, like, you guys probably did for the first bit.
Yeah, we were in pods for the first 3 weeks, and then finally we were able to join together.
Yeah, that's how it is right now for my team, and I feel like I don't even know half the people.
Yeah.
So it's really hard, like, socially. Okay. And my next question is kind of more about, like, Plymouth and the atmosphere around athletics here. What do you feel needs changing, like, realistically or unrealistically, to make the athletic department more successful right now in terms of, like, having their sports still continue playing and stuff?
Yeah, it's really hard to keep every student athlete accountable for keeping the rest of their team in check and making sure everyone's being safe. I think teams should go and everyone should get tested together. Just like teams should be held accountable for their actions.
No, I get it. How do you feel about like the masks all the time and even on campus? Just like, do you think it can be reduced, or do you feel like the masks are too excessive at sometimes?
I think it's important to wear masks in like the really big settings, you know, going to the dining hall, being in class. But I think just like obviously being in our dorms, we can choose to not wear masks, but we still have to, like in the hallways and the bathrooms. And I think that is a little bit strict.
I do too. I don't like having to wear a mask just to walk to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Because everyone takes their mask off in the bathroom anyway.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, we had to wear masks to practice for the first couple weeks, and then when right at the end when the cases started going up around campus, we had to play with the masks on, and that was really hard
Yeah, obviously.
because the
Yeah.
gym gets really hot.
No, I feel when I'm even like working out or doing cardio with the mask, I feel like I'm gonna pass out because I'm so oxygen deprived. It's awful. Are you still hopeful? Like, let's say next semester for the spring sports, do you think sports can return? Are you like, what's your gut kind of telling you about next semester?
I mean, to be quite honest, I don't have a really good feeling about
Me either.
how things are gonna end up here, or just like continue to go like in our country or just around the world. And I mean, anyone is hoping that this just goes away and
Yeah.
we can return to normal and things can sort of get going again. But it's not looking really
Yeah,
good.
no, I've kind of taught myself to like not get my hopes up because then I just get
Yeah.
too disappointed and too upset.
Mhm.
So it's almost like I go in expecting the worst, and then if something does happen, it's really great, but I can't
Yeah.
expect a season anymore because of
Mhm.
all of this. Really sucks. When you were at home, so okay, now we're switching back to the beginning. When you were at home, like earlier this year when COVID had just became a thing, did you do anything at home to like train for volleyball or track? Or like what kind of like stuff did you use from your home to help you train?
Yeah, the volleyball coach here at Plymouth, she sent us all a like workout schedule that we could do where we really didn't need any equipment, just like a jump rope, a couple free weights, and that was like pretty easy to do every day. Just like workout. I did like some workout videos on YouTube, stuff like that, just to do in my basement, go on runs. I did a lot of hikes with my mom and my brother, just like little things like that to stay active and just
Yeah. Were you really motivated about doing that stuff? Like, I know you obviously love being active and love going on hikes, but I know some people, when they're at home, they just want to chill out and they don't want to work out at home. But
I think like it's something I have to do. Like I really like to work out. It was something that sort of kept me sane through the quarantine. To just like be able to get out of bed, do something productive, and like feel good about myself at the end of the day.
Exactly. And then how do you think you've adapted for the better, whether it be you in volleyball, you as a person, like from COVID? What do you think, what has it taught you about yourself?
I think since obviously we all had to spend a lot of time with ourselves, just kind of in our rooms with our own thoughts, I've really learned a lot about myself and just like took that time to grow and like just learn things about myself and things like just learn about things that I want to do with my life and like what's important to me and my values and like who like my real friends are.
No,
just kind of like
exactly.
who I stayed connected with.
No, it really shows, especially with friends. It's about who like checks up on you and everything.
Yeah.
And then, okay, so we're almost done. So my last question is, if you were to give a younger player advice, if they're like, you know, they're obviously playing volleyball in a world like this, what would your biggest piece of advice be for a younger player right now?
Just that you have to, well, here's what I'd say. We have a quote every year for Plymouth State Volleyball, and our quote this year is to rise above. So to like rise above what's happening and just continue to play, continue to work hard, no matter what the circumstances are, just to really hope that things are going to get better, and we can't let that affect how we play or how we train.
Exactly.
Or how we treat our teammates. We just have to keep going and rise above other teams who maybe aren't doing that. So you have to be responsible for yourself, keep your teammates in check, and rise above what's happening.
Very good. All right, everyone. So this concludes my first interview with Elsa, my roommate. I'd say she did a very good job.
Thank you for having me.
You are very welcome. Okay, I guess goodbye.